Hello Libra, welcome to your daily inspo. If you are new here, I'm Auji and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. Welcome, 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 welcome. The shadow work question of the day is, in what ways do you or have you betrayed yourself? In what ways do you betray yourself, or in what ways have you betrayed yourself? We're talking about betrayal, the knife. If there was a situation where you stabbed the knife in your own back, what is that situation? What does it look like? When did it happen? What was the whole scenario? How did you feel? What happened? Like, what was it? Get deep with the story. All right. For some of you guys, you could have betrayed yourself a lot of times. There could be a lot of times you stabbed yourself, your own self, in the back. With what? Is it in what area is it in? Is it always in love? Is it always in career? Is it always in friendship? Like, in what ways do you betray yourself? All right. Getting deep today. We took 2 days off and now we back at it. Okay. So, yes. Going into the blessing bag for you, Libra. Let's see. Let's see what we have for you. What's in the blessing bag? Inner peace. Peaceful. Inner peace. Go. Inner peace is in the blessing bag. The Akashic records are still open to you. And this is the key to the future. So there's some key information that not only gives you peace, but it's also the key to the future and how you need to kind of, the position that you need to be in, or the energy that you need to produce, or whatever, the attitude that you need to have. There's some key information. Now, some of you guys could have dreamt of this last night. This information is key. If you do not have a dream journal, you may want to get yourself a dream journal. Okay? Get yourself a dream journal and just write it down. You may have something like it. Just even if you feel like you don't need to write down your dreams, we do have a woman. So there's a woman who needs to write down their dreams. Even if you feel like you only remember snippets of your dream, like it was a ballroom and I had on black and I did, still write those things down. You'll be surprised with you tracking your dreams over a period of time. What the messaging is. You probably can really see what something is trying to tell you, or what your subconscious mind is trying to tell you. Your shadow could be trying to tell you. Tapping into some unknown places that people usually wake up and forget. Usually people they don't look at a dream as it's so much information. You got the key coming out. Yeah, something is key to the future. Some of y'all got the key, the master key. Crack the code, unlock the special door. Somebody has solidified something. This is a certainty of success. With this piece, this could be a piece of information. This just could be a peace of mind that you're in. But with this piece, you unlock the code, you crack something. I say uncrack. And we got the Knight of Wands coming out the deck. It don't need to be all spaced in. Not when I'm at this desk. It don't need to be all spaced in. You do have the Knight of Wands here, and this is an unknown option presenting itself. There's something that unknown that presents itself. A series of not unfortunate events, but unknown events, unexpected events. There is the unexpected. The unexpected comes to you. So I feel like there is something that you're about to see, or something that the universe is about to tell you, that's going to unlock a lot of things for you. Something's going to unlock a lot of things for you. All right, we're going to go into the Believe in Your Own Magic deck for this reading. To start off with the Believe in Your Own Magic deck for this reading. And then we're going all over the place. No, we're not. But expect the unexpected. There's a beautiful surprise. What is coming out for Libra? What is coming out for Libra? Ooh. So the goal here is for you to treat your body like the palace that it is. Mirror, for some of you guys, mirror work. The goal is for you to treat yourself well. We are getting all of these energies about how you're treating yourself well, treating yourself right, making sure you're treating yourself well, making sure you're treating yourself good, okay? We're going to see what's crossing this. And this is you loving your body. This is self-love. Look at you. This could be the key to your future. You got homework, taking yourself out on a date, taking yourself out, giving yourself a lot, focusing on the here and now. How are you going to treat yourself in this present moment? How are you showing up for yourself in this present moment? And especially if you've been through a lot. Like, how are you going to treat yourself? Or how do you treat yourself in these present moments? So I do feel like self-love. For some of you guys, you are bringing on self-love. You are treating yourself. I do feel like that there's a difference between self-care and self-maintenance. There's a difference between maintaining yourself and then caring for yourself. A lot of people, they misconstrue it. They think that it's something. I feel like that you're getting deep into your practices of self-love and what that actually means for you. What type of energy do you need to get in to be your best self, to put your best foot forward every day? What is something that you need to say when you wake up? What is something that you need to drink? What is a meal that you need to have? What type of outfit? What way do you need to wear your hair? So your best self can come out. That's a good thing to know about yourself. Let's see what's going on. That's a good thing to know. So you believe in lessons. You believe you got the Sirian's A. This is the starlights or the star seeds that go through this energy, where they have this full circle moment and they believe that they had to go through some things in order to learn some lessons while growing up, to take some responsibilities for themselves. And now you believe in some type of lesson. So you learned the lesson. So I do feel like there was a person who mishandled themselves. There's a person who mishandled themselves in the past. And we talking about the betrayal from the shadow work. I don't know. And I just thought about, I have a list of shadow work because I was working on like a shadow work booklet. And I have a list of shadow work questions that I've just been pulling from some questions from those lists. And this question I just thought about myself just because I know shadow work. I do shadow work all the time. And a lot of time people face betrayal because they betray themselves. A lot of times people face ghosting because you ghost yourself. A lot of times people face gossip because your negative self-talk is out of order. And a lot of times we don't see how we are the reflection in the mirror, and we are the mirror. We don't see how we have the ability to change the reflection. We don't see how we have the ability to change the story with how we treat ourselves. So I do feel like that there's a person who's about to get a big piece of the pie. Somebody is about to turn into the anomaly. Somebody is about to turn into a rare breed whose life is about to completely change, because you understand that you are the magician in the mirror. You are the magician in the mirror. You get to see, you have the wand of your life. You have all the tools that you need. And the tools that you need, you know how to speak to yourself. You know how to care for yourself. You can think. You can talk. You can ask certain questions. All of these tools that you need in order to change your life. You can move. You can jump at opportunity. You can accept things. You can accept a whole new way. You could be open to the unknown. You can still have faith. The best is ahead of you, not behind you. You can change your attitude. So I do feel like you believe in some type of lessons that you're learning right now in order for you to grow up, in order for you to kind of get this thing called life. Something was very, very karmic, but it was only karmic because something was teaching you how you treat yourself. It was only karmic because it was mimicking the karmic in you. I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's why it was karmic. It was mimicking your karmic ways. It was mimicking how you treat yourself. Somebody is West African. Shout out to the West Africans, okay? That's where the Syrians be. It's a star being. Sink or swim, having to face the facts, entertainment, The Apprentice. I was talking about The Apprentice before. But somebody is of West African descent, and somebody is from Philadelphia. That's why I'm getting this, the Philadelphia projects, okay? It says that in here. The Philadelphia projects. And that's crazy because I have read this card so many times and never really paid attention to the places. So for some of you guys, there's lessons in these places. Oh, wow. West Africa and Philadelphia. Shout out to West Africa and Philadelphia, okay? Someone's a shaman. I'm sorry, y'all, but stop it, Sage. Sage does not like my neighbor. There's something she might smell on him. Anytime she hear his voice, she get to barking like it's crazy. That dog tuition. Let me find out that's Mama Sage. I do call her mamas. Okay. But there's some type of lessons that you're going, like, you understand that you had to go through certain things. You understand that you had to go through certain whatever so you can treat yourself better. Go ahead back to sleep, mama. Okay, say. But you're having... Some of you guys are still having a challenge with blaming, projecting, in denial. Yeah. Your shadow self don't want to sit in it. Your shadow self don't want to believe that what happened to you or the situations that you've been into or whatever has a lot to do with how you treat you. Your shadow self don't want to believe it at all. Your shadow self is in denial. Your shadow self doesn't look at something and say, well, I betrayed myself, so I get betrayed. I ghost myself, so I'm getting ghosted. I talk negatively about myself. That's why people are talking about me in this way. I trap myself. That's why I sabotage myself. That's why a person could be trying to sabotage me. This would not be, I feel like for some of you guys, the challenge is that you feel like if you were to say, I am the magician in the mirror and I have the power over everything, that you are blaming yourself for putting you in these positions. Like, I did it to myself, and that automatically takes the fault or the blame or the wrongdoing off the other person. It's kind of like forgiveness. It's like, if I forgive them, then I just made it okay that they hurt me. If I free myself, if I'm not mad at it anymore, if I don't feel a certain type of way about it anymore, then I just let them off the hook for doing this thing to me. And sometimes, and we're going to be honest, forgiveness is easier, but how easy, or it's easier with certain situations. Every situation ain't the same. When I tell you, sometimes forgiveness will have you in a chokehold for years. Because every situation is not the same. As certain situations, you feel like, I'm not going to let you off the hook. And a lot of people, we are struggling with forgiving repeat offenders because since this person, when I tell you your karmic meets up with another person's karmic, and just because you are on your ascension journey and you are doing your self-work, does not mean that another person is doing their self-work. And while they stay in this cycle where they keep on hurting and they are repeatedly offending and they're repeatedly doing things, that does not mean that stops you on your journey. You may feel like that people get away scot-free. You may feel like that other people are. The thing is that your journey is not about other people. Well, you can realize that even life, I'm starting to get a new idea of life. Even life is not really about other people. It's like people are working mirrors to you. It's about you. I don't know whose life that we living out, but it's like about you. And I'm talking about this spiritual being of whose life that we, and many people believe that it's God. It's God in all different shapes, sizes, all different, whatever. It's just God, just living out. He's seeing himself, falling in love with himself, seeing every different side of himself in every type of way. And the journey is about you. It's not about nobody else. So there's a hard pill to swallow for somebody. And it sucks because it hurt. You didn't intend, just like you didn't intentionally try to hurt yourself. It's hard for you to believe that a person didn't intentionally try to hurt you when all the signs were there. Because think about all the signs that you missed. All the signs that you bragged about, saying, let me be stupid in peace. I know I like to say that one. Let me just be in La La Land. Let me just be in, I know what I'm doing until I get hurt. And then I'm like, oh shit. But then I always say I can lie to everybody else. But when I look in that mirror, I'm going to keep it real with myself. And that's probably why I'm so into like shadow work. I'm going to keep it all the way 100, like all the way G with myself. And that's the only thing that matters. I can sit there and lie to everybody, and I can sit there and lie to everybody. As long as I get into that mirror, into me to me, I have this bond with myself where I'm keeping it real with you. Why? Because we here together and you see everything. I'm not going to play with your intelligence. I hate when people play with my intelligence. I'm not going to play with you. You're a whole spiritual being having a human experience. I'm not playing with you. I'm not about to play with me. Like, I don't know that I just fell into something. And then sometimes I get myself into things that I don't know. I didn't know about that. And I have to be real compassionate with myself. I have to be a mother with myself and say, baby, you didn't know. You had no idea. You know? You was moving too fast. You learned the lesson. This was something that you didn't know. You truly believed in this type of thing. You didn't believe in that type of thing. And now you see. Now you see something. You didn't believe that something could happen to you. You truly believe that. And it's okay. It's all right. But in this case, you believe in lessons, but it's hard for you to actually point the finger at you. It's hard for you to take accountability. This is for a person who is having a struggle, taking accountability for themselves, putting their own self into places, into certain places, into certain relationships. All right. So it doesn't mean that you're the big bad guy, that you're the big blame. It actually means that you are fucking powerful. It means that you hold the wand. It means that you can change this shit today, this hour, right now. It's not here to make you feel small and to make you feel ashamed of you. It's here to make you see how powerful you are. That person could only hurt you because you allowed them to. Or that person could only do to you what you've done to yourself. The enemy not that crafty. The enemy is mimicking you. You set the blueprint. You ever heard that you teach a person how to treat you? You thought that you had to get in a relationship and actually say yes to cheating and say yes to verbal abuse and say yes to physical abuse and say yes to... No, all you had to do was treat yourself in a certain type of way. All you had to do was treat yourself in a certain type of way, and you just taught that person how you treat yourself. So if that person mimics you treating yourself, it mimics you and do the same thing, you'll be confused. It's going to take you a long time to get out of something. Versus if you treated yourself with the utmost love, the moment that you see something that does not resemble that or is not in alignment to that, you're going to run for the hills because this is not how you treat yourself. This is not what you do to yourself. This is not what we do around here, okay? This is not what we do around here. So I don't know who a person needs to hear this, but you're not blaming yourself. You actually taking your power back. You actually taking the power from that person. And that picture that, oh, I did. No, I did that to myself, honey. I allowed you to. I gave you permission. I did it to myself first. So when you did it, it ain't even really hit. But when I did it, yeah, take your power back. And this doesn't even have to just be in relationships, but you know, I'll be making my little examples. Take it how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, leave it right here. Leave it right here for somebody who need it. Oh, in the past, there was unconditional love, excitement, laughter. In the past, there was love. In the past, there was good. In the past, you loved all of you. In the past, you knew exactly what you were doing. That's being closer to that spiritual realm. Somebody's an Andromedian. Third eye was open. Now somebody's third eye is blocked. Somebody can't visualize. And this is not for the person who daydreams all day. Like, I get lost in the daydream. So lost in the daydream that I'll be like, what? What you say? This is not for those people who daydream. Somebody don't have the gift of vision. Which means somebody can't read a book and actually picture it in their mind's eye. They can't see images in their mind's eye anymore. Somebody has went through some type of block, confusion, something like that. And I do feel like this confusion, this block here, is starting to lift. And I do feel like somebody could have went through so much where they're not giving themselves permission to actually dream and see. For some of you guys, there's a need for you to create vision boards. There's a need for you to look at pictures and things like that so you can work on your mind's eye. Somebody had unconditional love for this predator. in the past? Somebody loved a predator, this person or whoever this person, whatever this thing is in the past, this shadow side or whatever, had love for your shadow. Think about children, how they let their shadows just run wild. You be like, oh, they acting crazy. They having a little episode. And they're not sitting there beating themselves up. It just happens. Okay? It just happens. All right? Let my shadow come on out. Somebody had unconditional love for their shadow at first, and now there's a disconnect. For some of you guys, the reason why your shadow don't want to take blame, or the reason why you don't want to blame your shadow or blame yourself or whatever, is because it's a disconnect and you feel like that this would be separating you, but really it's supposed to be bringing you together. Showing you just how powerful both of you are and how powerful you are separate entities. Think about how powerful you would be if you came together. How much you would manifest the things that you truly, truly, truly want. Because all your shadow is doing is putting up a fit, or having a temper tantrum, thinking that they're being robbed out of what they want. They're not being looked at it. They're not being appreciated. They're not getting what it is that they want. So they're throwing a fit. So you may think that in order to get what you want, I got to betray myself a little bit. I'm going to have to lie to myself a little bit. I'm going to have to ghost me a little bit to get what I want, because I've been without what I want for a long time, you know? And it's all in the name of love. Something's all in the name of love, whether it's a desire, a person, a job, an amount of money. It's all in the name of love. But there's strength and there's bravery coming to you. You got the Lyrians here. Why? Because you survive it all. Because of your survival. You come back to yourself. You come right back to yourself. You survive this thing. And you come right back to yourself. You have Delirium's courage, strength, bravery, smart. This is also Leo energy here. Confidence. It comes right back. It comes back to you. All that shame. And I heard Brene Brown, she was like, shame is one thing that we shouldn't feel. I think it's that Daring Greatly. Because I have one of her books here. I just got it from my bookshelf in the basement. And I was like, I need to get back reading. So I brought it up here. Let me try to grab it. Ooh, that was a stretch. But it's called, I Thought It Was Me. And I just love her so much. She reminds me of my mother. Mr. Crazy. She a whole white lady. She reminds me of my mama. Okay? But she just have this motherly, like when I listen to her, she has this motherly approach. You haven't heard about her, and if you're struggling with shame, guilt, denial, projecting, things like that, I think that you definitely might want to look Brene Brown up and listen to one of her TED Talks or something. One of her speeches. Let's see. Yes, the approach that you're taking, you're learning. You're learning. You got this. You believe in this. You believe in what you're learning. You're holding this space. It's like, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to get this thing. And this is about you understanding who you are and the power that you have and how you create a lot of different things. And this doesn't go into blaming yourself, because sometimes you may be in a pathway where other things are aligned with you, but you are not, it's not attracting. You are not in attraction together. So there may be something that you see on your path that it may be beautiful, it may be pretty, it may be tempting, and then you go into it and you realize that it's not in alignment with where you need to go. And that is when you look at something, you was like, well, it came up on the path to my success. So it might be something that, I might need to get involved with this. No. I don't know why I thought about Keith Lee. I got it. I tried it. Now let's rate it 1 through 10. But some of you guys, you get it, you try it, and you realize it's not for you, and you stick into that bond because you want to make it for you. That reminds me of genetics. I will wait for you. That poem. Oh, I'm a poetry girl. The people around you are telling you to be the peacekeeper. The people around you are reminding you to let go of the need to be right in a situation. Yeah, this is what it is. You can't say that, oh, I betrayed myself, because that person was dead ass wrong for what they did. And they was dead ass wrong. And instead of you taking your power back, you want dominion over that person to say that they were wrong. You want a person to come to you with I told y'all a while ago, y'all keep on waiting for them apologies if you want to. Keep on letting them have the power over your shit if you want to. What 2 words? I'm sorry. The fuck? That's how I feel about it. Baby, you don't got to apologize to me. It'd be nice, but I'm going to do the work, okay? I ain't about to sit around and be mad and scorned and upset just because a person ain't say I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? That when a person can just say that and not mean it and do the same thing again, are you kidding me? I'm waiting for 2 words? No. I'm going to tell myself I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I put you in harm's way. I had no clue. It was mommy being stupid again, okay? It was mommy being, you know how mommy like them glittery things, and this time this glittery thing really hurt us. Betraying myself for a shiny thing. I'm gonna learn my lesson. Watering down my self-worth for validations for another person. I'm gonna learn my lesson. I don't need you to say I'm sorry. I don't need me to be right when I know how it felt, when I know what the betrayal felt like. I don't need you to make me right. I know what happened. I know my truth. Sometimes you got to stand on business like that. You have to stand on business like, I know exactly what I did. I know exactly what occurred. I can say it. You didn't deserve that. I could say it to me. I don't need another person to tell me to validate, to say. It would be nice. Not saying that nobody needs an apology, but I'm talking about for those people who wait years and years and years and years and years and years, and then they're elderly and they're like, and I never got an apology, and it hurt me, and it did this, and it's something I'm still hurting, and I never got that apology. And I've always, when I was younger, I was like, so what does that mean now? When I'm telling you, listen to y'all kids. Please listen to y'all kids. Listen to y'all kids. That's all they wanted was an apology? What's that going to do? That's what I would look at something and be like, after, you know how they used to be on like Jerry Springer. Yeah, I used to watch all that toxic stuff. Jerry Springer, we had cable, so Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake and stuff like that. And they used to come on there and they used to be like, After 20 years, she wanted to some, and they say, I'm sorry. And then they break down crying and then da-da-da-da. And I used to be like, so what? I used to always be puzzled. So like, what does that do now? Because you have to free you. I used to always think like, what does that do? Yeah, it makes a person that I feel like that puts power in another person's hands. Call me crazy, but I just feel that way. That if a person hurt me and you knew you hurt me and you holding your sorry from me on purpose, and I'm supposed to be still upset until you decide 60 years later to, oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. And now I'm free? You got the game fucked up, okay? No ma'am. No ma'am. That's too long. I'm not on your time. I'm sorry, I get real bothered when I get real bothered because some people really do that. They really just live their whole life mad, and what happens if the person die? So you're not allowed to be free? I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Apologies are good though. If you have people in your life that are willing to actually validate your pain and everything and all, but if you have a person I'm talking about people who hold it away from you. Hold it. And like, I would never, because they're having a hard time actually accepting what they did. So now you got to wait for them to grow. For you to be free? No. What if they never grow? What if they stay there? What if they die on that hill? That just telling you just gave them the key? No, you taking your key back. That's it. You hope that you are able to see beyond the current situation. You will. You will be able to see beyond your current situation, beyond your hurt, beyond some type of betrayal that you could be going through. You will be able to see from a higher perspective. You sure will be able to see that. Push yourself back from it. It might be hard to do, but you will be able to see from a higher perspective. See beyond your current situation. See beyond what you are in now. See that self-love? That self-love. You know you should be treating yourself better, but what's coming in the way is self-love. And also that shame is coming in. That shame is keeping you in denial. That being ashamed. And one thing I do know about shame will sit you down. I done been there. Shame will sit your ass down and make you want to just keep your head down on nobody because you're ashamed. And sometimes you go into that energy of shame based off something. It wasn't even supposed to put you into that energy of shame. Sometimes you feel like you betrayed yourself in a way that it puts you into shame with how you do with you, your relationship with you. Sometimes you go through that, like, why would I even? And then year after year, I got sign after sign after sign, and I still said, and you start looking at yourself. But there's a need for you to look at yourself with compassion. There's a need to look at yourself like, no, you had no idea. Sometimes we have no idea. Sometimes we look past these signs and look past everything because we think it's going to get better. A lot of us, we're taught to hold out and struggle long enough and it'll just get better. You'll see your way through. A lot of us is taught that love supposed to hurt first before it feels good, especially women. So we put ourselves in situations where we are hurting first before it feels good. A lot of this stuff is pathology. A lot of this stuff is we seen it done, so we're mimicking it. We seen mama being hurt. We seen grandma not be happy. We seen You know? We seen it, so we just mimic it. This is the way of being. We hearing our friends. We looking at social media. It's the same thing. Everybody, this must be normal. We had no idea we were the magicians in the mirror. And let's close off this reading. Mirror Guardian. Look at you getting in that mirror. Had no idea you were the magician in the mirror. And here comes the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Self-reflection. Take time to reflect on who you truly are. How impactful you truly are. I want to read a little bit of the Mirror Guardian real quick. Why don't they put on... Oh, here we go. The Mirror Guardian. The message is take time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. This is the extended message. You are beautiful. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to know all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. You acknowledge it yourself. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Where aren't you giving yourself credit? I say a person who loves and loves and loves, that's a lover right there. That's a love warrior. You ain't giving yourself credit for your heart. Yeah, you got to turn this around. Yeah, there may be some boundaries that you may need to put in, but you are a love warrior. There's a need for you to give yourself credit. Don't count yourself out. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave your message right here. I hope this reading resonates. If it does, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up and make sure you guys are subscribed. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.